Sorry. Do some more Doom, I think. That's what I want to listen to. Remastered. Let's go. Boom. Boom. Why? What? Though it's not an override. Bye bye. So we're gonna make some generation stuff. I have made a window. Let's put it here. It's gonna be our look into the thing. Press a button. It says go. So let's see what we want to do with this. Should we start with like trying to define a curve of difficulty? Probably not. I'm thinking maybe there is a header which shows, but let's just try some of these ideas. So let's first pick up a few enemies, which means we have to have a list of enemies. I don't know that we can save something on this window in a good, nice manner. We could try to find all enemies. In the prefabs folder or something. Or we create like... We have this library here with room types and stuff. And the room types... Waves room contains all the enemy types that can be in there. You just find a waves room and grab the possible enemies. This is not going to be the code we use. We're just going to do this as a test. And let's just do, I guess, print them out first so we know that that works. A lot of this is going to be done in this. We find the chaser, the flyer, the shooter, the trail charger, the nova, and the strider. Nice. So let's just pick 3. Var selected. Let's actually do this. Let's have public static void. Static list of enemy spawn data, spawn info. What's the type here?
All the wickedness that mankind can produce, we will
selected enemies. And then we can do like
and tear until it is done.
static. I don't know that it needs to be static. It doesn't need to be public either. Just do selected enemies. And we do like this if 4 selected enemies equals null. We create this thing. Selected enemies equals, and then we're gonna need a seed here. Int seed equals something like that, and then we do like var random equals new x random seed. We can do random item take from enemy types 3. Strong urge for julmust. Is that true? I'm drinking my second half liter of this. How are you doing, Hadouk? Okay, so this is where we're gonna present which enemies we have selected. So for each var selected enemy type in selected enemies. You wanna draw some kind of label or something. Rob Semiyama, how are you doing? Just add a label for text or whatever it's called. Header. Oh wait, GUI layout label selected enemies. I had rye sandwiches with Christmas ham, like a Swedish thing. Do we do GUI layout begin area or something? End area. And red beet salad. I didn't have mustard on today. I've been really enjoying Johnny's senap, you know. It's been, there's some spice in there this year that I can't quite, I don't like it. And then I tried skånsk. Oh, whatever. Get rid of that. Let's see if this works. Yeah, we made ham the other day. I'm already like a good few centimeters into it. It's a pretty long one too. Pretty big one. Still no. Didn't save, that's it. So it says selected enemies multiple times. Let's let's just have a bool generated false if not generated. We do it again, and then here we set Generated to true. Yep, it's on Mac OS. It's my own. I made my own window manager thing. This is the third iteration of it or something. Can't find the key here. I just gotta type out enemy type here. So those are the selected enemies. Yeah, Kebabos. It's called KebVM. Then I actually want enemy type dot cost in parentheses. So we can see that. Now we have the enemies we should be able to choose from. And I've selected 3. Do we want to do something like int seed equals 37? And then we say seed equals GUI layout text field seed. Is there a way to convert this into an int 32? Conversion. Base value seed. And then we do like I haven't touched a lot of the UI stuff or the OS stuff in a while. I did have something booting on emulators, like I had a Raspberry Pi thing going. No, there's no 2int. But there is system.conversion, I think. System.conversion. Convert to int. It's gonna bug out. Kebab. Mind Rage, you're on fire today. Input string was not in the correct format, so let's have var string seed equals that. And if system convert try or like to int, there should be a way to I thought there would be a try convert. Let's just wrap it in a I don't care if nothing works. Oh, it doesn't give me a label. That's why seed is bad. That should work though. In 32 parse, is that how you do it these days? Ah, try parse. Here we go. That said, if int 32 or int try parse string seed equals that, and then I gotta keep string seed here. Oh wait. Remove the var. This will return a bool, but can we do this? It sort of works. That's fine. The other part I want to do is if we change anything, there's no begin chain check. Isn't that in GUI? GUI begin, GUI layout, begin change check. Editor GUI. It's also there's no int field here. No. Whatever. If editor GUI and change check. Or we probably should put this in generate method, passing seed, and then we probably should return some kind of struct that shows what this could be, but that's later. Generate int seed. Here we go. Also, probably randomize seed button would be nice. You don't have to type here. You can see this actually changing which ones we pick. Their costs, everything. Cool. So now we can. We should be passing in another thing. Wills. Where we can we want to know which level we're at. And then I want to have like editor GUI slider maybe. Maybe it's in GUI layout slider, horizontal slider. Value is going to be level. Left value is 0. Right value is like 50. And then we do like cast this or mathf round to int. This is also going to be part of this int level. Yeah. Wills has some ideas on what this is, I think. No, I'm making... we're trying to figure out a better way to generate the waves of enemies. Taking some inspiration from that Hades talk, where they talked about how they select which enemies are coming in which wave and so on. So what we want to do is... Now, first we select a couple of enemies. And then we're gonna have like wave data and so on. And we already have some of this in another window. So I think that's like waves editor. We have some code here to draw this. We're gonna steal this. And this is what we're gonna do. Why not do this? Copy. Paste, and then this part, you know what, that should have been up here. That generated should be inside of the generation code. Format document. We're gonna have waves here too. And waves, I think, is just a I think it's a list of wave data. Wave count. Let's just hard code some values here to make it nice, and then we're gonna have like level budget. Oh, it would be nice to draw these values, but okay, we'll figure it out. It's gonna be in relation to level, but I'm just gonna put in like 1,000 now for this, and then we're gonna create all the waves for less than wave count var wave equals new wave data. And wave data is mostly has a number of groups. Just gonna create one random group here, new wave group, and we're gonna put in a random enemy in that group dot enemy spawn data. And this is we just add in whatever enemy we want. So we take a random item from enemy types, just add it, and then group is added to wave dot groups add group, and then waves add wave. And then this code to draw the waves should work. Let's see. Yeah, that sucks. I've been there too. It says 0 waves here. Now we have some waves. Why didn't it... worked before. Probably because the volume is too low. So wave budget is gonna be like level budget divided by wave count. But offset at some point. It's some kind of visualizer for an algorithm that doesn't exist yet. Or rather, we're getting there. Yeah. So we create our wave, we create groups, and I wonder how we want to do the groups. Do we want to just spread out things over randomly, or we could make a list of enemies. So var enemies. Yeah, let's do that. New list enemies spawn data. And then like while wave budget is larger than 0, we're gonna pick a random enemy type to be specific. So the simplest version is a random item from enemy types where which we can afford. Where ET cost is less than or equal to wave budget. If enemy type equals null, we'll pick another enemy type, but we don't use that. So it tries to pick one that we can afford. Otherwise, just pick anyone. This should mean that it doesn't pick. Yeah, it should work. We could also wait it, so, but it's probably faster. Cool. Now we take our wave budget, subtract the cost, and add to our enemies list. And then we're gonna go through, so this will buy up all our budget. Then we're gonna calculate how many groups we want, a group count. It's gonna be or actually what it's gonna be is enemies. No, let's just do this. While we have enemies, we just spread them evenly in each group. So for each var enemy in enemies. Feels like we could have done this in that step, but it's fine. But it would be better to do it with a for loop. So for between enemies count, and then var selected group. Oh, we need to create the groups. We don't know how many groups we should have. Var group count. Oh, this is where things come into a weird thing. So if you're assuming 3 groups, that's not going to be good. We're going to use like the wave budget to figure out how many groups we have or how many enemies we have or something. But let's just assume 3 groups now. We can adjust the algorithm. No, it's not a ternary. This is a callback, a lambda function. So my item random function takes a lambda function that it more or less will check each element that it passes this thing. It looks a little bit weird because this means lambda and this means less than or equal to. That's fine. So let's do another for loop. Group count. We're gonna create our groups, put them in there, and then I think I want to calculate this value from how many enemies we have or something. Raise the bread. Oops. Wave groups J modulo wave groups length or count give us a group. Selected group. Oh, then we do like var enemy equals enemies J. Selected group. Add enemy to the group, and then we add the wave, and then we should be done. I think. It should. That's no good. Why? So it selects a lot of enemies here. I need to clear that enemy selection list. I do. Okay, then I don't understand. Why do I get more here? A lot of selected enemies. Was there any errors? Did I miss any errors? Doesn't look like it. Check this out. I'm doing a terrible thing here. It should be selected group. Add enemy. Enemy spawn data. Add enemy. So this is selecting these enemies from the budget. I would love a horizontal slider so I can like drag things, which is super easy to do in not editor windows. I was hoping it wouldn't be this annoying. But yeah.
Your super shotgun is nearby, a relic from your past. The priests have kept it hidden from you in this remote location.
We need a lot higher budget. Careful, Mind Rage. Okay, good. I think there's an index I'm not filling out in the waves here, or groups. The number there. I would also like to see the actual budget for each of the levels, and we can calculate that, I guess. This shows a label with the index. I'm mostly interested in it here, so let's try here to calculate the cost of the isn't there a reduce function or map or add? No, not add. I don't have link. Aggregate, there we go. I'm gonna do like waves. This is a very long line. I'm going to bail out of that thinking. Say wave budget. Not sure why it wouldn't do this for me, but I assume it's enemy spawn data aggregate ESD cost. This should add up. Why not? I need to do like this. No. I need to do. It should not be for each. What happened? It should be this. Go away. I'm doing one too many. So wave budget is wave groups aggregate, and then we pass. Make sure it knows it's an int. I think maybe we need a few more. Not 3. But can you please give me the arguments then, IntelliSense man? Nope. What the heck? Here. It's a function that takes 3 arguments. So it's 3 groups. But if it's an int, it's probably... It's like reduce, so we do like group. Or like... What is it? Current... Previous or something. This should be group. It needs another type. Maybe this is an index or something. I'm not sure. There we go. That's it. Easier to read. It doesn't work, or why? Now things are happening. Now we can see what each of these waves cost. And if it's 10,000, that's the base wave cost, then these are slightly over, but not too much. Is it sum? Of course. I try to use aggregate since 1995. Or something. Sometimes it just like does not update, or the randomize button just doesn't work sometimes. If I press it fast, it stops working for a while. It's weird. Not super seriously. I've been doing more or less Like I've been trying to go full time since 2016 or something. I think you gotta be a little bit more specific, Kaike. If you have any, because I do a lot of stuff. I'm not very good at it either, so at least I'm not very, I don't know what to call it. I'm not very schooled in it. I wonder if I should do something smart like pick an enemy and try to keep them together, or maybe make like handcrafted groups of enemies that have costs. I'm also do not understand why this doesn't always do anything. Can you tell me why this button doesn't work? That might be why. I shouldn't do. Oh, Lawrence! It's my slider, by the way. Shouldn't there be a slider here? Okay, now it works better because I think the value gets overwritten sometimes. And then it just generates the same kind of thing. Oh, I'm not using texture preview. Okay. Icons end up out there. That's unfortunate. Is this gonna work, or is it gonna be? Do I think? Yeah, that works. I want to modify this, so is it that I want to give you an extra maybe we passed the wave budget. That's like, how hard should a wave be? And then we increase the wave budget with something. We could do this. Wait, no, we cannot. We got a carrot here. Plus I times wave budget increase. Or do we do like, we take this, make sure it's a float, and then moth f round to int around this, and then we do like, we multiply it by I times like 1f plus I times 0. Like 25% extra or something. A wave? Doesn't seem to work. Arguably, you could say that potentially a little bit more. No. Error, maybe error. No error. Ah, should be multiplied. Yeah, now you can see there's a slight increase for each of the waves, and the sum of this is definitely higher than this seems like hell. I don't like this at all. I don't ever see any striders. It must be because they're just not selected. Ah, the striders have the wrong icon. I see. I know how to fix that. Isn't there like save this as now we modify it so it looks more like those long-legged assholes. Perfect. Hello and welcome to the ugliest icon in the known universe. We should be square. Ah, whatever. You can see a lot of them in here. We're also not taking into account if they should be like once per count per wave. So when we select one, it's not only these. You know what? It actually will count up. So it's it's getting almost exactly how I implemented it last time. Now we shouldn't be able to get more than 2 per wave. Apparently we didn't get the same. Here's Spider. Then 1. Wait, am I doing the same thing I did the other time too? So this is all the enemies in a wave. I see what's going on here. I don't take care of groups. So, no, this should work. This should work. No striders at all. They don't show up enough. So it must be cheaper than the anime budget, and it should be the other way around. Kilonelius. Hey, welcome, Raiders. How are you doing? How's your stream? Cheers. I'm working on a little tool that will randomize the enemy spawn things. So here it says max per wave 2, and I can see 3 here. So that ignores calls. But let's see if this one goes away. It breaks. Because it doesn't have anything. Maybe max per wave is set to 0. I don't know, if I can't afford it, just picks a random one. Should I pick the cheapest one? Instead of a random one. There we go. Now we never get more than 2 Striders. The other part is, why don't we get more of those? We get so many. Now, let's actually see what the prices for these are. The cost for a chaser. Can I get icons here? Yes. Sort of. Strider enemy cost is 200. But when it chooses, it doesn't weight it against the cost. I would assume if I have 1,000 points to spend. Hello, Optimist. Working on the spawning methods, spawning algorithms. So I would expect a lot more of those because they're so cheap, or they should be so cheap. If I reduce the cost, I get a lot more of them. Yes. Okay, so they're not that cheap. That's the problem. Maybe 10. It's still too cheap, I guess. Can we? This one doesn't work, or what's the idea here? Because I see those, and in here I see enemies that aren't in the selected list. I don't pick from selected enemies, or have some other issue. I don't. That'll make a difference. In Hades, they have like a hero enemy, so that enemy should always be part of the should be part of every wave. And that's the one that can get upgraded, is what I'm thinking. These are so cheap now that the algorithm go crazy a little bit. What's the... This one is 999. No, this one is 15. This one is 100. Okay, so 15 is definitely too low. 30 then? This is more like it. So it's most likely that you'll get an expensive enemy. If you get an expensive enemy, it's more likely to be in the beginning. Or am I doing some kind of sorting here? No, I don't think so. It looks like they're in the order that they are. Is this just how it works, or what? It's weird. Like, it looks like it's ordered. But I think... like, I don't do any sorting. You just put them in and it should be picking a random one that they can afford. And if I can't afford any, I pick the cheapest one. But then the next time it should be... this order, but returns a new, it doesn't modify in place, I think. So wave budget gets reset every wave, and then this will create all the groups, and then I will go through and I will add to like a round robin thing to all of them. I could just add them in the order they come in and then increase the group ID. This is also weird. Like, why does it... Just to make sure, I do clear the wave or the enemies, so I'm not adding the same enemies multiple times. Inside of the wave count, I declare the wave data and the enemies. My... I could do like var randomized enemies equals enemies ordered by now at least we get a little bit of randomization. Here, for some reason, it can't buy the chaser enemy. Like, is there an issue? Do I put the random inside? No, the random is outside here. Now it looks random, but it's weird when it... From this list of these, it doesn't get to select the shooter enemy once. Even though it should. Here it at least gets all of them. It does feel like there is a more even distribution of these here. So, but this one seems to happen quite a lot, where it's like only the cheapest one. So you got 1,000. Say you look out, like it's very unlikely that this should be the outcome, isn't it? Because like, if you do a coin flip, so to speak, out of 3 enemies, every... How high chance is it that you get this many times without getting a single one on the other? That's unlikely. Do I need to do a check on, like, if max per wave is -1? That's... That probably will help, we'll see. I'm tempted to do a thing where I generate a whole bunch of these for levels like 5, level 10, level 20, level 30, for example. So instead of doing this waves here, this is what's going to be returned from the function. Return I'm gonna create a little mini class here, public class generation wave generation results. I'm gonna have public int seed, and we're gonna have more stuff later on, but this is going to be what we're iterating through. So list wave generation result. Like that. Why do you not like this? Oh, there's another one. Something like this. And then we're going to do the generation at different depths. So we do like 4 int I equals 1. I is less than what? Wait, it's 1. I is less than, let's say, I think 60 or something is reasonable. Maybe 50. Y plus equals 10. So we want to do I for level, and then want to add this to the list of results. So result add this. And then we're gonna go through. Oh, we need to select the enemies. That should be in the result. Public list enemy spawn data. Selected enemies. even using this function. Get rid of it. Selected enemies. We also want to have the level info in here. So level is going to be level. We want to have seed in there. That's going to be seed. Let's make sure we have those. So we have seed, and then we've got level. I find there's something about the color theme that makes it hard for me to. Whoa, what's going on? That's better, I think. A lot less yellow. So nice. Now we can do a new loop for each. Var result in no. Gen in result. We can do more or less move this down. Get ourselves a little text. GUI layout label. Level. We're gonna put in some kind of gen.level. And then we can put in gen.seed. Why not? And then we do var waves equals gen.waves. And then everything should work again. And then I probably want some kind of layout in the end here, which is just a bunch of... There's probably some other better divider, but that's what I'm gonna go with. So now, let's see it. Level 1, these are the selected enemies. There's not a scroll area. GUI layout begin scroll view. Can I do this without? How do I make text bigger? Somewhat leaky, but I don't care. But is it foreground or something? There's no color. So we need to create a new GUI style stage for normal. Makes me think maybe this should be a probably not needed to create this every time, but I'm gonna not draw the selected enemies in this way. I'm gonna do okay, so now I know. Now I'm getting all the things. Now we can do a calculation of what the budget should be from the level. So I will say like 500 plus level times 200. Wow, that's a lot of them. There's one more issue. So we just randomly pick these. We need to check that the level is appropriate. So et dot min level. Or wait, why? Stupid? Apparently. So we want that the level to select one. I'm inverting it. Level must be larger than min level. That's the larger or equal to. This is how deep we are in the dungeon, more or less. So in the beginning we can only pick these, and then on level 11 this is a little crazy, so I'm thinking maybe add up to 5. With the count, it's like plus mathf floor to int float level divided by 10. So every 10 levels we add 1. That's not good enough. 20 levels, maybe. It's got maximum 5 levels at level 41. I think the budget is growing too fast. Those two are not that big of a difference, but those two are. Okay, let's tweak it. Let's try 100. I just want to see how it's. There's 10 levels difference here. That's a lot. I think we're here somewhere. This one is fun. Okay, so now I think this is at the stage where I want to try this out. So let's see if we can just plug this method in. to our waves generator. So we're gonna call this function. Can we do public static? No, we gotta move this function to the waves generator. And we have this generate, and then we got encounter params, and then we put various things in there, but we're not going to use any of this. We're just gonna duplicate this, and then we're gonna layer is the same as level. And the window will now use this instead, so it'll be like don't have a generate function. Var it's not public. So now I can still do this. I don't think there's any errors here, or...
You can't just shoot a hole into the surface of Mars.
That's a... it's me... Oh, never mind. It doesn't live in the right namespace, that's why I put it down here. There we go. Now we can get that there, and now let's try playing with this and see if this is working. Gonna go Rail Blizzard. Let's see, there's a hard level there, but we don't take hard level status into account, so there'll be no difference, just more result. Lot more enemies. Okay, so that's definitely too much. Is this the entire... It doesn't wait after... Ah, okay. We forget a few things that are important. Each wave needs to wait for a while. So let's see here. When we create the wave, we need to have a duration. We're just gonna be hard coding this to be like 10 seconds. Potentially we should set it from how many enemies spawn. But maybe it just works if we do this. Sure, let's do boomerang run. That's much more manageable. It really shouldn't be that big of a difference. Oh, yeah. In the beginning it should be roughly the same. Oh, that looked weird when they walked into the blood. That was stupid. I don't watch many game dev streams, but a lot of people, or a few people have told me at least, that it's not that usual that people play their games very much. I find that worrying, but it depends on what kind of game you're making. My game is intended to be really replayable, so for me this works. If you're making like a single arena kind of thing, or sorry, if you're making a more of a single playthrough thing, it makes more sense, maybe. I think the boomerang still don't apply the cold I put on it. Or what is... wait. It should have cold touch, so it should shield enemies, but it doesn't. So there's something not correct. Boomerang projectile don't call the right functions or something. Seems to be something bad here going on. I don't know what that is. We'll see. Ah! Right in the head. It feels different. I'm not sure if it's good yet. Ow! I cannot dash. I like how it's a lot more enemies now. That feels pretty good. I wonder if it should be 4 enemy types instead of 3. We can try that out for a change and see how it works. I think the lowest level of, like, there's a little bit too many enemies here, I would say. So maybe reduce the lowest or like the base budget. Do I want another spell? No, I'd rather play at this point. I wonder if I should have a thing where there's at least one, like after with a certain level, there's always at least one of the bigger enemies. I'm not sure. Ripping through. So maybe lower and then increase a little bit faster. I would go this way. Increase the radius of my rail is not a bad idea. Don't think I want any of that. I think this is a... Yeah, we can definitely do this. Bleed on the Blizzard makes it a lot cooler because it just works. Increase range on my rail, yes please. Here is one of those where when I get a bunch of money and then ooh, charges on the rail. Here we go. Let's go. Yeah, a theme or at least some kind of identity. I could go with Nova as the last spell, but I don't have the money and I don't want to... Oh, I should have. I should have. Doesn't matter. See, they're melting. It also feels a little bit like in Hades it works with 3 and 5 waves. I could see we go from 3 to 6 or 7 maybe. Haven't seen a single like mushroom or any other bigger ones. Thing. Not really. There's a very old thing when the game was exactly 1 week old. That's up on itch, but probably gonna disappear at some point. I'm not sure. It's quite different. It started out as a one week. The swarming feel of this is pretty cool. There's a lot more to dodge. Reduce like radius is not that great. Buy charges, put that on that, or buy charges and put it on the Blizzard, because the Blizzard has actually quite a bit of, yeah. Let's put it on Blizzard and hope for a radius upgrade on that instead. Yeah, we got a lot of money, so we can try. Buy a little bit more HP. There's a radius. Put it on the Blizzard. Now the Blizzard is a lot bigger. And we can buy actually more charges. Replace the radius on the rail and have 3 rails. Can we get one of those on? Because of this one crits. No, I cannot put it here. No! For some reason it crashes here. Oh, they have runtime. My hand slipped and I tried to reorder and there is a bug where shit. I gotta take care of that at some point. Everything is runtime in my games. It is? I don't think it is. Is it? These are handcrafted, of course. I could change it, but my brother makes the sounds and music, which you haven't heard a lot of yet, but so mostly I do the coding, the game design. This is not always the first level, is it? They do tend to look quite similar. I like how it looks like it kind of pours over the edge there. Hey, Spyos with the raid too. Welcome. How is your stream, dude? No, I took damage myself there. I wonder if the spread bleed thing would have worked better for these levels when there's a lot more smaller enemies. Strength. Oh no. Yeah, I've done a little bit of shader graph today. Some decal shader that I modified. What time is it? 15. Let's go get something more to drink. Be right back. don't necessarily care about the crit multiplier. See if it crashes. Didn't crash. We could try actually 2022 due to the fact how buggy this is anyway on Mac. Maybe the 2022 version has some magic juice in there. Unfortunately, spells we can still sacrifice for money and not use it. When all enemies come from the same direction, feels a little bit cheap. Can you reload? Unity Hub, let's see. This one then, beta 1. Have that going in the background. You can try it later. Hello. That is a difficult name to pronounce. Zningialams. Schlingamals. You're gonna be known as Zing. That's a good name. Zing. Sorry. 2022. I did pick the right one, didn't I? Yeah, 2022.1.0b1. Let's see how that works. Alam? The character is a mix of 3D and 2D. So it's a pixel art, like sprite, and then the arms and the cape is not like they're actual meshes. Let's see. Decal master, I have no idea. Okay, so let's go hard levels. Not hard at this point. Huh. Have I ever seen this setup with two? Wow, there's so many enemies near now. Oh. So this is graveyard 13, so it's not even that far down. So let's tweak the algorithm a little bit more. This is 4 enemy types. Wave count is increasing a little bit too slowly. Let's do 15. And then the budget should start lower, 300. And level plus... I think we're pretty fine, but let's change it just to change it. And then it becomes 25% more per... yeah, sure. We want to figure out why Boomerang doesn't actually work. Boomerang spell. We did fix this, where we do on enable on the Boomerang spell. When we throw the Boomerang, we initialize the Boomerang with this, which should set the damage parent, which it does. Okay, so then it must be that it doesn't set the damage parent of the damage source that is within it. So let's look at the Boomerang. So it's got this Boomerang projectile and that damage sphere. So let's get the damage sphere and set up the thing. Get component damage sphere. Damage parent equals this. It's a little bit maybe could have skipped one step there, I guess. Now we want to see if the Boomerang can take bleed and stuff, which it should, but let's try it out first. No enemy came out. Check it. They're fake. Okay. Let's not... And then Unity crashes. Lost track of what we were doing. Yeah, the wave generator generates empty so how is that even possible? So we get a budget, and this is rounded to int. Okay, I don't understand how can I can't get a wave budget that's makes this run less than 1. So it's gonna be more than 0. Level budget divided by wave count times 1 plus, and this is never gonna be negative, so it's gonna be at least this value. And then the wave budget needs to be larger than 0, which it is. And then we pick a random one. I'm not working on the new Cyberpunk update. Are you? I didn't even play Cyberpunk. Didn't feel like a game for me. So if there is no enemy coming out of this, we will pick the cheapest enemy. I don't understand. How is this even possible? Try again. See, it didn't. Just sometimes no enemies come out. How is that even possible? Oh, I know why. Because we're not adding them to the group. This is another thing that I didn't think of. The group count needs to be larger or lower than this. The problem is I generate all the enemies. But oh, I know what we do. We start with 3 groups. And then we increase this, but we also remove any group that doesn't have anything in it. So wave. Wait. Go back a little bit here. Wave groups, remove all, where g.enemy spawn data count is 0. That way we get fewer, but we should also increase the group count if it should be dependent on how many enemies we have. Wonder what the math for that should be. It should be like 3 plus, and then floor to int some number, like say we want roughly like roughly like maximum 5 enemies per. Like I'm gonna take the enemy count divided by some number, like 10. So if we have more than 10 enemies, we add an additional group, but it should be more like 20 enemies then, I guess. %5, where do you see that? Not enemy types, enemies. Let's try that. I should have picked the other route. More options. Easy. Like, is there anything weird going on here? Because should this actually be able to happen? Get charges? No. But we can get bleed. Now we got both bleed and the other one, so hopefully. Heal up. Damn, that's a big. Okay, I'm doing a lot of damage with this setup. No. Maybe crit chance. Yeah, it's a big blizzard. It's also getting a little bit hard to read what's going on. Does it feel like I finished levels a little bit too fast? Add bleed to my... yeah, that's worth it. Nope. Starting to think maybe the last wave could contain more various enemies, because I haven't seen a single Strider in these tests here, and I'm at level 12 at this point. And it should be 4 different types of enemies per level. That's a little redonkulous. It looks like I am frozen now. Like, I think I have... Am I getting blizzarded by my own blizzard? Yeah. I actually made use of the bounce there for a split second. Are they gonna have red blood? Just got the feeling that maybe they should have black blood. So I'm starting to see where Chain Lightning would be a thing. That would be where you can shoot around corners. To like sneak in there and then not expose myself. I kind of feel like the double radius upgrade here is a little bit. Let's see if I can. Still haven't seen neither of the ones. Must be some issue with generation. We gotta take a look at that. Forget that I have the. There we go. Still no Strider, still no. Let's just take a look. Why is that? Also, this is bad. Keyboard Oreos followed me. I used to have a keyboard with Oreos in them. The keyboard switch thing, Oreos. My previous one. What did I just want to do? I want to have that generation thing. Put it over here maybe. So here it seems it should be spawning those. So level 1. Level 11. Something is up with how we're using the response then. Because I haven't seen a single one of those in many runs. Is it possible that the encounter params seed, where does this come from? This is seed for the room. Something is strange here. Because I see them here, but I don't see them spawn.
Once the spirit is broken and enough pain has been inflicted, only when the human has lost all hope will it begin transferred to the soul extraction chamber. The demons only utilize a portion of the resources that come from the human soul. It was the Makers and the Sentinel Priests who discovered and unlocked the true power of the Essence. They combined Sentinel and Hell energies together, refined and created Argent. With it they did wondrous things. Saved worlds from extinction, healed the sick, and gave infinite power to those worthy of it.
I don't get it. But I do that here. This is debug log. Although let's do this. Maybe we can make more sense of it. Debug, log, generating waves. Let's do dollar and then level or a seed. Maybe this can, if we uncollapse this, we can get a better sense. I think actually if we clear and then we go the world generator and then we just regenerate this. Clear, regenerate the world. Oh, there's a null ref there, that's interesting. This needs a little bit of so we can see it more clearly where it's doing its stuff. Wrong place. This is not the interesting part. Get rid of that. This is also a bad idea. Because we got this already in the incoming encounter params. This is not a list though, so this should be. The editor is gonna not work. Waves room. So now it just says all the rooms it generates. Let's get the selected enemies here. What? What? So is it when I have this open? This is probably when the first shop appears. This method only works in play mode, that's the problem right now. So play and stop and then check the crash. How's Unity Hub going? Can I duplicate my project and 5.7 gigs? There's not the Unity installed, it's my project. It builds to like 30 megs or something, 70 megs or something. Play. Comes here, and then I exit. It's always the same. The seed is not working. That's why we never see them, or relatively never. So the problem is that the seed that get passed to this World generator. It's gonna create rooms and then set seed in here somewhere. For all the rooms, we initialize with room node instance seed, which gets set where? Should be a random. So in a waves room, we get seed coming in, and then we do initialize with seed, create a new random with seed, and then we set that should actually be done here. However, we're generating the stuff before this. So it doesn't matter if I set the seed here. Already crashed? No. My window manager has crashed. No, it hasn't at all. Okay, let's try again. We can also try boomerang, see if that applies bleed. It does! Now that works too, good. This copy operation slows down my computer quite a bit. Pretty satisfying. Okay, let's see if it crashes. It crashes. I have no idea why. So we have bleed on here. Now we have killed enemies with bleed. Like there's something here. There's a loop where I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea what that could be. The problem is we're gonna have to crash a lot of times to know what's going on. But we added a thing in the let's see here, bleed status effect. We do call remove here. What if this gets called when it's deleted and this deletes it or something? Let's remove that and see if we can wait. Well, no, that only does it on the... But let's remove those anyway, because it should properly delete it. Anyway. Soon beta time. Looks like it's ready, 2022. See if we can crash it while it's opening the other one. It seems we had the boomerang loaded up with like bleed, and then we bought something, arcane shards, I think. And then we tried to move them. Let's do it in the level. See if it crashes. Then we tried to do this and it crashed. We did that again. This cannot be it, because we're not really calling a removed thing here. No, that's not it. So the player dies. Get a status effect. We're gonna call remove on that, and that's gonna call it on like the shield status effect. Actually, let's look at bleed, so there is no... It calls this, which calls the other one, and it also removes this from all bleed status. That should work. And then oh yeah, I don't understand. This seems correct to me. So it doesn't seem like there's an infinite loop there. Let's look at spell action. Swap spells. We'll run equip on both in different spots. Without unequipping it in between. This does not do a lot. Unequip does things though. But this is never called while we're selling it like this, so Can we attach? This is not broken, but these won't do it. Okay. I'm just gonna sheet and see if I can get a... So Waves room seems to be like a thing. Why doesn't it find Waves room? It's right here. Has this ended up in some kind of other... Farts, wrong button. Come on. I will soon, but unfortunately... Well, we're trying to get things running under the new beta of Unity 2022, and it doesn't work yet. But soon, maybe. This is the wrong project. Get rid of that. Actually, get rid of that. This still works. Okay. So unfortunately, not everything is working. It seems like nothing is. But clear it out and press play and see what happens. We got very... What do I want to instantiate? World generator 197. Room type prefab. There is something going on with that. So this is probably not going to be that easy to get running. Ooh, we don't have the waves. Like, it doesn't find waves room for some reason. There it is. There's nothing in it. this one. I would argue this is in here. How about the other? Start room works. Wave room does not work. Hard doesn't work. Healing works. Why doesn't wave rooms work? I'm gonna quit, don't save. Classic Unity fix things thing. We can open the other version too while we got it. Apparently it is open. But is it crashed? Is that the problem? Okay. It's probably crashed then. Which one is which? Is this it? Is this it? Hidden? Ah, it's here. Crashed. Should be this one. Force quit. Anyway, library, room types, waves room. No, it doesn't find the waves room script. Don't think that's gonna be a thing. But maybe. Let's upgrade some packages, I guess. But why? This is weird. Because, like, I can clearly see the class here. Why wouldn't it want to be compiled? And why doesn't it give me any errors? If I touch it? Scripts. Generation. Waves. Room? Or is it like level? No, it's world, room types, waves room. Can I not put this here? Now I can. Here we go. Is this this is actually using the correct things, so now that works there too. Okay, so maybe it works, although it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It doesn't have the blitz stuff, but it works sort of. Hello, Zaws. Let's upgrade our render pipeline to see if it works. Render pipeline does seem to be updated to the latest version. Okay, so that's not it. Then we gotta figure out how to fix our script. This is not gonna be confusing at all. We have this blitz script here that doesn't work. I didn't write this. This comes from somewhere. Cyanolinks. And this is not upgraded for this. So it doesn't work. And it's quite complex. But there's a few obsolete things, I would say. RT handles for source and destination. So what is this doing? This is where it's actually doing the blit. This blit function exists here. Once a command buffer, it needs a source, a destination, but it should be RT handles, not the other things. So let's figure out where we create the source and destination. So these should be RT handles instead. I wonder if we just remove this. It's a render target handle, but it's not an RT handle. Can we see like an example scriptable renderer feature? In theory, it shouldn't be that hard. So why is it hard? So this is the pass we're creating. So the cool part was the game did actually run. Here we have some kind of RT handle instead. Yeah. There's... I'm looking at the documentation, which is eye-searingly white. We could see if there's an updated version here. This is 2 days ago for 2021.2. We can try see if there's RT handles in here. The render target it looks very much like the same file. Let's try it. We might be lucky. It works. Ah, the joy of depending on other people's code. Edge highlight actually does work if a little bit less obvious. Okay, let's try to play, I guess. That was surprising. Let's go this way. Do you think leaderboards will work? Leaderboards work! Shit! Strange. This is Unity 2022? Like, am I imagining this? Or is the game actually feeling a lot smoother? I don't think I'm imagining it. What? Something works as it should. There was an error. We shouldn't get a random item after this. Will we get a random item? No. Good. Just the icon that doesn't update as it should. Oh, now we're checking a little bit. It feels like 20, 30 maybe. No, it's probably feeling like 60. I'm just used to 120. So strange. Yeah, it's dipping. It doesn't allow me to... I mean, it's 200 FPS. There is something weird going on here, that I'll tell you that. Am I spewing out errors? This looks like 200 FPS. Haven't you seen the boomerang exhaust? Gonna see more of it. Am I missing... I think I'm missing particles. Like the spawn in stuff? No, it has particles. Oh. Most things seem to work. Is this the Windows 7 of Unity? where like everything is fixed. I already noticed one thing that isn't fixed on Mac. I mean, okay, something here is taking a lot more. Is it when there's a lot of projectiles? Like, we can do this. We can do like history, performance history here. You can see frame times. Ah! Enemies don't animate anymore. That's suboptimal. Okay, did you see that? A big spike in stuff. So there's one more here. Let's have it shoot and see what happens. Can you shoot me? Not that bad. Hard to tell. I don't want to move them around, that's going to crash. I don't think it's Unity's fault. I think I'm doing something that ends up in an infinite loop somehow. It's homemade. It is useful, but it is quite slow. Like the way I render it is so slow that it affects the performance quite a lot. Which is not ideal, but it still gives you a little bit of a... Like, there it's dipping to... What is doing that? You can see the red... quite a lot of them. It seems like it's... Okay, it's gone now. Is it the... There is a profiler. We can use it. Yeah, I think that's the red goo. Oh, the red, good. Red is bad. That is frame times. You can see it's doing like... this is the average over this period, whatever it is, like 1 second. So it's 5 milliseconds average. And then the highest is 8 milliseconds. And then this is the average frames per second we're having. Physics down here, rendering up here. So it's mostly like running at 200 FPS here. I think I want it on this. So let's see. I was thinking it was these somehow, or is it just that sometimes we get a lot of enemies? Like now it's not dropping. There was a lot of enemies and projectiles and everything. Still like over 200 FPS. Or around 200 I should say, did sometimes. But definitely over 120, which my screen runs at. So there's something going on sometimes. Let's get these shooting at the same time. I mean... It's still running pretty fast here. Check the stream title. And thank you. It's very far from done. What I do with this, I just render boxes with the ImGUI thing. Not ImGUI, the built-in Unity GUI thing. I don't know what those red areas were. I'm sure some of these are going to be garbage collection things. Some of the red spikes. Some are just going to be many enemies update their... Okay. So the question is, do we just use this now? The beta? Or do we do the reasonable thing and just go back to the other one? I'm not sure. This might be an issue, so let's... We don't need this. Hide this for now. And hide this for now. Now I know what's going on. Let's just not have that in there. I'm thinking also, we choose 4 enemies. Let's go back to 3 enemies. Yes, console logging can be really slow. Then we have these. Setting linear velocity of a kinematic body is not supported. That would have been good to see without it disappearing. I guess we gotta play a little bit. Why doesn't it... it still has that issue. Check it out. So if I want to set a color... it's actually... No, it doesn't work. But it feels snappier somehow. No, not that time. Another thing we can do is try this. When I drag this over here, yeah, that still lags. You see? I drop it and then I don't get my mouse back until lots later. That sucks. So that is not fixed. The preview window. That one opens up really fast. So we have a background here. If we hide that, you mean maybe we can... No. So Amethyst 3, if I drag the same one in, it's still slow. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be that the reason. I am impressed that things are working though. So that's pretty cool. It does feel like the game actually runs a little bit faster in this version. No idea why. Or if it's even real. It might be just me imagining things. But they haven't fixed the issues that are the big ones. Like the lag and the these things not opening up. It's also things like that. So it's like, I want to press something, but yeah. It does seem, it never appears here, but as soon as I go over here, it appears. Let's try the same thing in the old version. So if I'm in UI, and I press this, I go down here. It's roughly the same. No, look. Takes forever for it to appear. You gotta kind of go in and out, and then it appears. In the new version, I just go in and it appears. So it's... Ah! I crashed it! I crashed it by hovering over things. Yeah, of course. It's only on Mac. Probably... not only am I on Mac, I'm on... I'm on M1 Max, which is like... The heck? I'd report it if there was a dialogue or something. Okay, so let's see here. Let's not use this one. Let's use this one. This one, hide. Just make sure. And then go. Let's do 3. Editor settings for Mac. I think the rumor is that they're gonna have 2 of these or 4 of these Max things in there. Mine has 10 cores, I think. Yeah, 10 CPU cores and 32 graphics cores. Oh no, I closed down. Well, I think we're almost done here anyway. Should we just have a run? Make a run? Do a run? And then I'll be out. So in, I guess, a half an hour, my girlfriend needs to be picked up at her work. Yeah. I don't think you see that, but there's a little bit of weird stuttering going on here. Let's just compare that side by side to the new Unity version. Oh, it's still there. But it's weirdly feels weirdly. No, that is not a thing. Stutter. Oh, come on. Open in frickin' maximized mode. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Oh, VSync. It is definitely smoother. Can you tell on stream? I don't think you can. But it's weird. It's like I don't think you could see it on. Also, I need to make sure I run this in with VSync if I want it to be. It's like stutter, stutter, stutter. There's a tiny bit of stutter here, which makes it feel not that as smooth as. No, there. No, it's here too. Crap! I thought we found something. Stream is a bit choppy, but I'm not. I'm streaming in 60 FPS, and I'm on a 120 Hz screen, so which should not be. But this time, there's a few of them, but they're further apart. No, there's it. This is smoother. It is smoother. What? Let's check the perf monitor history on there. That's the thing we're looking at here. It is looking like there's a little bit of spikiness going on there. Okay, let's do the same in the old version. This is very unscientific. It looks exactly the same. I don't want to stream in 120. That's too much strain. Maybe this computer could handle it though. I'm not sure. So what's new in the new Unity version? There's that link someone posted. Here. Oof. Can you tell the difference in on the camera, how blinded I am by this light? It's just like... ugh. Scrolling and picking up objects along with texture preview. Visual search queries. Okay, so splines, fine. Profiling and runtime performance. I don't care about dial 2 CPP. Frame timing manager. More information about frame timing. I want to see this. What is this? Frame timing. Is it the frame debugger? Or is it inside of the profiler? I'm gonna have to look at that. Project settings, player, frame timing stats. Project settings, player, frame timing stats. It is enabled. Okay. Frame Timing Manager has a noticeable performance impact. Okay. So this shows up in metal. And this is in I'm guessing this is just in the profiler then. So it's I don't know where to put this. Play. Okay, the profiler is running. Wouldn't be bad to do this. It doesn't feel much choppier running it with this. A little bit maybe. Now we stop. Let's take a look at one of these spikes. What is happening there? There seems to be some of them is like allocating a lot of memory.
Your strength will be their shield, and your will their sword.
But it also seems like there's a very uneven,
Your fight
like rendering seems very uneven here. Okay, I think that's the end of the Doom soundtrack. 40. I gotta go. Let's just check. So it still includes a little bit of. So all this is VSync. VSync doesn't show up like that. What is the like what is happening here? Is that physics that just spikes like crazy? Why is that? What am I doing that needs this weird these weird spikes? They're leftovers from. I will fix that at some point. They're just not properly removed. Hey, Tim with the with the raid. I missed that. Welcome, raiders. How you doing? I'm just on my way out, so sorry. We're looking at just a newly released 2022 Unity thing. It seems to have more optimization stuff in it, or analysis frame timings. But I don't understand where the like this frame has a lot more physics update, and I didn't really like do anything. And it seems like this is the thing, but it's suddenly taking 9 milliseconds to do it. physics processing, whatever that is. So let's try deep profile. Gonna have to restart the game. And then hopefully we can bring this back up, bring this back in. And then we go like zoop, zoop. Yeah, it seems like the things are actually like matching up. See if we can get some more. So here physics takes, on a good day, physics takes below 1 millisecond. And then sometimes it's like, I'm gonna do it now. It's gonna take 10 milliseconds, bumping me down to like nothing. Like that is why the game doesn't run at 200 FPS. But I don't see what that comes from. So I don't know. UI seems really nice. Oh, this has a lot of lot more things than I've seen before. Virtual texturing, UI details. It seems 7 batches. That's pretty good. Physics here. Maybe we can figure out what's doing here then. Can we like hide things in here? No. Would have been nice to be able to see if I can see any. Doesn't seem to be any overlap between these spikes and anything in the physics realm. Can we see like this frame, but in the physics department? 2 megs, 1 dynamic body, and here like physics. So it's like 10 physics queries. I see 20 there once, but it doesn't seem like anything in here is really doing anything. It doesn't seem like the physics spikes at all. I don't see any correlation with this. Rendering is a very small part of this. Scripts is not an insignificant part. But let's see what takes time in the scripts. Extract string from internal exception. Is that always the case? I think there are things to do here. Profiler module. Oh, you can do it here. GPU usage. This is cool. File unloading. I'm putting everything on there for now, and then why doesn't this work? Was not enabled. Okay, so record now then. Let's do this. Move around a little bit. Go back. Pause. No, we need to start it. Now maybe GPU can be a thing. No, I'm not recording. At the same time, I gotta go in like a minute or 2. Okay. So no? What? Why? What? Close the graph if you don't need its data. But it's... You can't do it on metal. I thought they just said... It's available for more stuff. Oh, okay. Screw the GPU. There does seem to be things we can improve here, though. But where does this, like, stack trace utility? extract string from exception internal. So there's some exception that happens. And then a log string to console. What am I logging? This invalid exception. Callback dispatcher not initialized. Huh. This is because. Okay. Let's see if we can fix that really quickly by going into the build window and disabling. If I do like vanilla macOS, it's not gonna try to connect to Steam, and we shouldn't have that. Why do you not start? What? Same kind of stuttering. So go window, analysis profiler. Now we're recording. Unfortunately, rendering will not be a part of it. Or GPU, whatever. So here we go. Stop. Why is everything grayed out? This I do not know. Stop maybe. Is everything grayed out for selection reasons? Probably yes. Okay, try again. Play. Recording. Moving back and forth. I'm dashing. I'm doing some stuff. Then I'm gonna stop it, I guess. Oh. This is looking a lot more smooth than what we had before. There's one huge rendering spike there, but that's probably when I switched. Oh, why is it looking smoother? Because it's it's 60 FPS, not hundreds of FPS. And can I not zoom in so I can see the craps? Let's do it again. Record. Do this. Stop. Now we see the same thing as before, but why is it? Oh, it's when I had things selected down there. That's why. So here's a big spike for no good reason, which is just the physics update taking 5 milliseconds suddenly, instead of like no milliseconds. Processing just I don't know. Unfortunately, we didn't get any additional information for metal. It is weird that it says batches count over 1,000 batches. 1,200 draw calls. But if I do like the frame, where is it? Here. If I do a frame debugger, there's a physics debugger. Can this give us some information? Maybe why it's stuttering. What can I do here? I don't know what this is. Anyway, frame debugger. It seems like I'm running like 112. From what I can tell, that's what's going on. which is a lot less than 1200. And you can see the actual draw calls here. So like if I start stepping through it, should be able to see that it renders like the whole world in this is one draw call. And then another one for this. Oh, I guess there are 3 batches here. 3 batches. And then the arms. And then does the rim light thing. And then there's a few. All these are UI elements which are not really there in the game. Particles. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, peeps, I gotta go. Should we raid someone? We should definitely raid someone. I'll drop you guys off at Jean Baptiste. Maybe not. Sounds Thai. Do we have English on? No, we had. Pixels and Chill. Jogscast Game Jam. Gen 2. Whatever. Let's try James B. Barrow. Oh, we could have done Schmelly Orc maybe.
Well, before I'm not going to save this now because it'll restart things again,
but that's how it is. I'm gonna head out. We'll see tomorrow if I do some streaming or whatever I do.
Make sure that works as well.
So be nice,
Yeah,
hug each
5
other,
PM.
and
so we have
a
tomorrow's
good
stream
time.
as well.
Bye bye.
But I would like this to be as done as possible.